we're the Power Rangers. Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers. Heading forwards as the skies begin to darken once again. I've never felt so alone, till I realized we join our blades and fight together till the very end. When we're together, it's like home.
The whole world's on the line, but we got this, let's save it one more time.
Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers.
Mythic Order,
Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers.
Mythic Order.
Darkness creeps, evil never sleeps, but we've come way too far to lose. Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Power Rangers Mythic Order. We're back after a couple of week hiatus. As you can see, we've only got 4 of our 6. Roscoe is in Florida, so we want him to stay safe with the hurricane coming through. And our good buddy Koji has some personal things he's dealing with. When last we left our Rangers, they had been informed of Ninjor's whereabout. The scene opens with Koji in handcuffs as he is being put into a cop car, and hauled away. Accused of the murder.
Billy, now Koji?
Accused of the murder of his father. How will he clear that up? Find out when Koji returns. Each of you had teleported. You 4 have been teleported to the base of Mount Fuji in Japan. The mountain is steep and lays out in front of you is a path little known. What all do you guys want to do?
Well, I don't know about the few of you lads, but I'm sure far away from home now.
I'm kind of looking at you, Zane. Ain't too much I can do on the other side of the world.
Yeah, this
Come on,
one looks like it's on you.
I mean, are you guys sure?
Well, I don't think any of us have been to Japan before. And, I thought my first trip here would be like, touristy, go around cities and stuff. Not really climbing a massive mountain. Did I even bring water? Crap, did I bring sunscreen?
I mean, I've been around a few different places, what with the whole MMA career, but I cannot say that I've ever been to Japan. I don't think many of them are in favor of loud, obnoxious Scotsmen that like to beat faces in for enjoyment or entertainment.
I guess I can leave it to me. I guess, as Zane would just lead the path. I guess.
Well, no time like the present.
Jill just kind of says to herself, "What do you mean you guess? What ninja your whole thing?"
As go ahead and make a survival roll for me, Zane.
I got nomad. Oh wait. I got the nomads. thing. What's the nomad thing again?
God, we're already spending GM points. Oh no.
The way I just saw that, and it's like, oh no.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
It's survival, right?
Yep.
Do I get any boost? Like, since I've been to Japan before?
I don't think you got any on the background for that. Got a nomad hang up, but you didn't.
I forgot the nomad stuff, didn't I?
You didn't add it to your sheet anyway. You added the hang up to your sheet, but you didn't add any of the other stuff that goes with it.
Oh no.
Hold on. Origin. It's not origin, damn it. It's background.
Yeah, it's influences.
Yeah.
Let me see, I can
Influences.
pull it up right here.
Nomad
Yep.
influence clerk. You have a strong ability to read people and their motivations, and due to how fast you have needed to make new friends, you gain an edge on social tests.
Oh, that's not gonna help.
Nope. I
And
think
you
the
have
one
edge
thinking,
on knowledge tests about cities you have lived in, but you have never.
cities.
Yeah.
You have not lived. You have not lived on Mount Fuji.
That's fair.
You're not an anime protagonist that was picked up by a worldly hermit in Mount Fuji and raised there as a child.
Okay, I'm just letting you know, but this is gonna be a straight roll.
You got this.
There it is. There it is. Yep. This is
It was at a snag.
it's good to be back.
It was a 19 on the regular die.
I missed
I
you
know.
guys.
You kind of look around and you're like, I have no idea where the hell we are. You're having a hard time even finding your bearings. You're a little disoriented after teleporting such a long ways.
Seamus sees him kind of like bumbling around a little bit, and he like leans over off to the side towards Reggie, and Joan is like, "Do you think we should lock arms or something so we don't get lost?"
At this point, it might not be a bad suggestion.
All right, and we'll pull his arms
Yeah,
up, and
come
like,
on, group hug, y'all.
and we'll be like, "What off the sea of the wizard?" Oh no, wait, that's Ninjor. Never mind. What off the sea, Ninjor, the wonderful ninja of the mountain.
Eventually, you guys do find it. It takes you a while. You guys find a hidden trail, thanks to Billy basically sending you a map directly to him. And it takes you guys a while. I need each of you to give me an alertness check.
Ooh,
Here we
let's
go.
If you have specialization in perception, you may use it.
Let's see. Yeah, D2 and alertness, baby. Let's go.
Zane is not an alert individual.
Ooh.
It
Holy
seems
damn.
not.
Oh,
That's a nat
Yo.
20 and max on the skill die. Holy shit. No,
Joe
wait, that's
crit.
Joe.
Zane
That
is
did not
Joe
in
crit.
it.
Holy fuck.
I mean,
Oh, wait, I
technically, Seamus, you didn't crit because
Yeah,
D20s don't
D2.
count as a quit. Only the skill
D2,
die does,
damn
and
it.
it has to be above a D2.
Wow. First session back, and I've already been robbed. Crazy how that works.
You cannot crit on a D2. I'm sorry.
Why not?
Because that's not how this shit works.
I mean, two-sided, land on the higher one.
Yeah, you got a 50% chance of that.
Yeah, that's hard, man. You ever flip a coin like back to back? You know how many times like that? Go
You
ahead.
flip a coin and land sideways.
Yes.
So
Seamus, Joe, Reggie, you guys, Zane, you're very much in your head, kind of overanalyzing everything around you a little bit. So you don't notice, but everybody else does, that you're being followed. It's about probably 35 feet back to your right. Whatever it is.
while arms are locked, Seamus just goes like a dead halt and like I just imagine he goes like a dead stop and like everyone's like still going forward and he's just like
Stumble.
he's still holding on to them and like pulls them back up like your lads know that it's that too.
Yeah, I thought it was just
Oh,
me.
yeah. Yeah, we
But
best not look now, but there's definitely something up.
At this point, Seamus will kind of like unloop his arms and like turn around and be like, "Aye, we know you're there. Get the hell
I
out here
ju-
where we can see you."
I just said don't look now.
You hear rustling of the bushes behind you, and out steps a very large individual. When I say large, I mean 7.5 feet.
Oh,
7.5 feet, probably. Built. He looks like he's built like a damn tank.
He sees this. Seamus just like, "What you be eating your leafy greens out here, eh, boyo?"
Rah!
Oh, not a man of many words, I see.
Is there a reason you're
Aha!
stalking us?
I am Ninja of Ninja! At this point, behind you now, right, literally right in front of Zane, appears this blue man. Billy said you'd be coming.
I don't know what I was expecting.
Lord Ninjor,
Ah, yes.
respectful ninja bow to
He
He
returns it.
Hello there.
I was expecting something different.
I know, right? Like, all quiet and mysterious. I guess.
Evildoers shall not escape my sight. Ha
His voice reminds me of someone. I think Koji showed me this show once. What was his name? Might Guy. That was the guy. All about dynamic entry and all that. I love that guy.
Little loud for a ninja, ain't you?
Ninjas come in all shapes and sizes.
You know Naruto?
I feel like that is not the greatest opening for a ninja, but
I've been watching a lot of Sentai.
oh shit, wait, really?
Yes,
Yeah, that sounds
we
about
get
right.
cable. Follow me.
Wait, you get cable out here? He's
And
like-
the
he's
the giant
following
behind
along.
you just goes. "Ugh."
Oh, do we need to worry about him? Or is he friendly?
He's friendly. Don't worry about him.
Okay.
All right, if you say so.
As they're walking
Thanks.
along, Seamus is like, wait a second, you got cable out here?
Zane's not fully been into this entire journey in a sense. He's like been out of it. It's just been a mask ever since he stepped down from leadership. But he continues along.
Each of you follows, and he kind of. You guys end up sneaking back behind these rocks, and you end up finding this cave off to the side. As you guys kind of go deep into the mountains, into the mountain, you find this almost temple-like structure. And then just off to the little side, there's like a little house. Just inside this giant cavern, there's just like this little house outside this big-ass fucking temple.
That's a lovely shack.
Yeah, it's home.
That enough?
Billy built it for me.
Oh, that was nice of him.
Yes. And you look, you do actually see like this you see like this cable coming from the ceiling directly into the house.
I love that. I love that so much.
Like James just looks up at it as like, so does that get like all the movie channels and stuff too?
Everything in Japanese. Get all the Tokyo channels.
They have subtitles on those.
Why would you? It's better without
Why
the
would-
subtitles.
It's a-
He just kind of
Listen,
shakes. He just kind
I'm
of
not
shakes his
Japanese
head.
literate.
He says, he looks and he kind of turns towards you, Zane. You're looking well since the last time I've seen you.
Well, the Grand Ninja Tournament was a few years ago.
Yes, yes.
You all have Grand Ninja tournaments? Yo, Seamus, we have to sign up.
You guys-
Something tells me I wouldn't make the greatest ninja. I'll be honest, alas.
It's fine, it's fine. You just have to be strong in the other person. It's okay. If this guy's a ninja, we could be ninjas.
Something tells me there's a lot more involved there than just brute force there.
You guys literally have to figure out your own control over your own very elements. But yeah, sure, whatever. And train at the
sounds a
Ninja
bit harder.
Academy or through Private Master, like some people.
Element?
Yeah, there are rules.
Like, is there a difference between just having what we have now and the ninja version of that?
Why, yes.
He just looks over at Reggie and
not
he's like,
good.
he just looks over at Reggie. He's like, I'm completely lost right now, and I don't think. Well, anyway, you said you had spoken to Billy. So I suppose, yeah, we're here for training, I guess.
Ah, I will be sending you on a quest, which is appropriate for night.
Do we have to climb all the way back down the mountain again?
Of sorts.
Dang it!
Oh.
Ah!
I'll be sending you to a faraway land.
Narnia?
To a land where fairies and leprechauns once ruled.
At this point, Seamus's eyes widen. He's like, "Oh, please, no,
Are we heading to the Mythic Forest?
dear gods, no, no." It's at this point you just see him like audibly like shaking, and his hands like cover his head, and he's like pacing back and forth, like, "No, no, 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 this can't be happening. Not again, please, no, not again. Anything but that."
Seamus, are you okay?
Long
doesn't
ago,
even-
I helped create a set of armors for some knights in a land called Tir na Nog.
Son of a bitch!
Ain't that where
And in that same area, I hid a gem.
Pacing intensifies.
This gem will give you a power-up. Will give you the boost you need to face off against the Psycho Rangers. It was, but in order to obtain it, you must prove your justice.
At this point, Seamus hasn't heard a word of any of that. He's just continuously pacing back and forth, like, "Oh fuck no! Oh fuck no! Oh fuck no!"
He kind of leans, like Ninjor leans over to you, Joe, and goes, "Is he okay?"
it's a long story with him.
point,
Okay.
his like eyes like snap out of it. It's like, you're damn right it is this, and he goes to like reach in his side pouch. He like pulls out a freaking book, like, this is the source of all my suffering. And it's the freaking the storybook that he's held on to of fucking Tiernanog this entire time from when
Where
his
did
visit
he
to I.
keep that?
That's not the point of the matter right now. That's not what's important right now.
Just has a magic storage bag.
He just pulls it out from like the inner part of his coat for whatever reason. Like he just has it stored in there for some reason at all times.
A pocket of holding.
Pocket of
Just
holding.
pulls that out. I was like, this has been the source of my suffering all my fucking life. And I didn't even know until recently. This
Yeah,
fucking,
he's got some history with where you sending us.
this fucking sucks. And he like sits down like in a fetal position, holding the book in his hands, rocking back and forth.
I pat his
Ninjor
back.
walks over to you. What? Straight up karate chops you straight on the head. Get a grip.
He like leaps up and he's like, get the grip. Get the grip. Have you met my mother?
Yes.
Run that by me again?
I visit Tiernanog every century or so. I was there about 10 years ago.
He just starts like doing like air numbers. Like, you were there when I was a child?
Yes.
How then
Yeah.
the fuck? I feel like I would remember someone like you. He just like scans him up and down with the armor he's wearing.
Probably not. And he slaps his
I'll
hands
assume that's
together
something.
and his form changes into like this. It's just like he just looks like a hooded guy, kind of old and kind of crouched. And that you recognize.
Yo.
You just hear an audible slap as he face palms. Son of a bitch!
Ha ha! Then he kind of grabs his cloak and throws it off, and he's back to his normal form.
Just why? Just why? Why me? As he just literally starts looking up at the sky, and he's like, "What did I do? What?
Mildrax, if you would.
Looks like you.
The large creature kind of moves forward and touches a stone on the temple. He goes, "This will take you to the gates of Tirnanog. The rest will be up to you."
Of course it is. It's always up to us. Prove our strength. Prove our metal. Do what we got to do. Get the powder. You just hear him grumbling consistently.
Ha ha! Prove your justice!
Yeah. Prove our justice. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Let's
You know
And
what?
Rangers,
I'm
may the
gonna
power
vote this.
protect you.
yeah, we can protect us.
At this point, Seamus, literally, Mildrax literally grabs you by the back of the shirt and your pants, giving you a mild wedgie, and literally just tucks you through the portal.
Oh wow, that's
You just
Yeah, I'm
like
just gonna walk on, bro.
as soon as he grabs him, he's like, "Oh, here we go."
I had a feeling he wouldn't go if I didn't have him do that.
Nah, no, he literally, if somebody would have like tried pushing him in, he'd be like digging his heels into the ground. You just like you would end up just seeing this giant rut in the ground.
I love that.
Well, Seamus is thrilled to go, and Joe will kind of turn to Reggie and Zane and be like, "What about you two?"
It's at this
Well,
point
yeah,
Mildrax
it's
starts to approach you guys.
Okay,
I'm
ready to go.
Walk again, walk again.
I just
All three of
imagine-
you just like, nope.
I just imagine Zane and Reggie like dash on forward, but then Joe is like kind of standing there and like, no need, and just like throws herself.
I'm good. I got this.
No need, sir. I got this. Whoop!
Seamus, give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Oh no.
Oh, this is perfect because I have a snag on this. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a natural one. It looked like it was a natural one for a second. But yeah,
would've been
time, baby.
you come flying out and you land this far away from what looks like fresh horse manure. You just missed it.
You just hear like just somewhere in the distance, you just hear an audible like ah, like dragging across the ground, and he picks his head up, and he's got like a mouthful of dirt. He's like, "Well, this fucking is a fantastic start." and then he looks up and he's like, "I wish it could have been worse."
Seamus? You look
Looks
up.
up.
You look
He's
up
like-
and you just see this fairy kind of floating there.
Fuck.
Well, I guess it got worse.
At this point, Reggie, you come out first. Zane, you're like right behind her, and then Joe, you come out last, and all you see is Seamus like on his back, just staring and cursing out this fairy who's just kind of flitting above him. And she's just like, "What did I do?"
Shame is just like, this is fucking bullshit. I hate everything about this. I want to go home. I want to go right home right fucking now.
I'm gonna take it you're not friends.
He like leaps up and is like dusting himself off. At this point, there's not really anyone I'm friends with in this area. I'm freaking. He looks over at the fairy. Just to confirm, this is Ireland, correct?
Yes.
Fuck me sideways with a rusty spoon. Shit.
I'm gonna go get your cousin. Flick, flick,
No,
flick.
no,
She
no,
starts
no,
to
no,
flit.
no, 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 please, no, no. Ah,
She flits away like before you could even respond.
damn it. You just like you all hear the most like you thought the face palm before was loud. No, you hear such a loud face palm that it like echoes through the air, and as he pulls a hand away, you see a giant red handprint on his forehead. We're not even 5 minutes here, and it's going so swimmingly.
It just ain't your day, huh?
No. Ugh.
It's good to see you again, Mr. Lyle. You turn around, and behind you is the Fairy King himself.
Oh.
What brings you home? And kind of coming across, the three of you notice kind of coming across the field, you see a gentleman who looks like a little bit older version of Seamus. Hair is quite a bit longer. Has a really nice beard. Just like makes Seamus's beard looks like shit.
Oh god.
Yeah.
And it's this beautiful, gorgeous red beard, and it's probably about yay long.
At
Sick.
responding to the Fairy King's question, he's like, well, the usual, forcing me against my will, I just, get tossed by a jolly green giant into a portal, get sucked in, and here I am.
Okay. That doesn't explain what you're doing here. That explains how you got here.
It's best to let our leader explain.
Hey. Okay. Which one of you is the leader?
Well,
Your
We
cousin
were
kind of
sent
walks
here-
up to you, Seamus, and just kind of pats you on the shoulder and goes, "Sorry you had to come back, cousin."
as well.
Yeah, me too.
We were sent here on a quest. We were sent to retrieve a gem, is what Ninjor said.
Ah, Master Ninjor. He must mean the Eye of Tir na nog.
And like his eyes
Yeah.
is like staring dead at him, like, mm-hmm.
You want to enlighten us on that, Mr. Fairy King?
The Eye of Tir na nog was an item left entrusted to us. It's guarded by Pyre himself. And he looks expectantly at your cousin. He goes, "My dragon guards it?"
Seamus just starts like audibly grumbling at the mention of his cousin, like, or at, not the mention of a cousin, the mention of Pyre.
Yes. He's in his cave. He's one of the trials, or he used to be. Pyre's a little old now. That he is. He sought out a mate recently, and an egg was laid, I guess.
Oh, look at me without a baby shower gift. My bad.
What?
Son of a... Ah!
You turn around, and it's your mother.
Oh,
At this point, he like immediately goes to turn around and just like not even picking it. He just picks a random direction. He just starts trying to book it.
As you start to run, but you start to look down, and you realize your feet aren't touching the ground, and you're just literally running in midair. As the Fairy King is literally, what you guys see is you see like a thin blue beam connected between the Fairy King's finger and Seamus as he's like literally trying to run away. He goes, "Is that any way to treat your mother?"
God damn it! You know this is cheating. Ah! You did this to me all the time. As a child, I remember now. God dang it! He's still just trying to run in midair.
He starts spinning you around.
Okay, Megan, stop!
Are you done?
One more. Ah! Now I'm done. Ow! I hate that so much.
Well, if you would be respectful. It's your mom stands above you. You know you got slapped because you were being rude to the Fairy King, right? It's good to see you, son.
Yeah, just you too.
Get up, laddie.
Yeah. Goes to get up and starts dusting the dirt off himself. Looks at his mother and he's like shrunken in, like heads dipped down. I was like, "Hi, mom. These are my friends."
I've heard all about them.
Of course you have.
Fairy King watches you guys a lot, says you guys are an entertaining TV show.
Fern, back up a second. What? TV? What?
Reggie's not entirely sure how to take this, but seems to understand that Seamus' mom is scary. Straightens up.
It's only the good things.
She's terrifying.
Zane's eyes are twitching.
He's just got the anime eye twitch like.
Your cousin has the most confused look on his face, and his like as you were getting like as you're kind of like standing in front of your mom, he is noticeably like stepping trying to sidestep, and she turns and gives him a glare, and he goes, gives like that like if it was an anime, you'd see his entire body like. Ah!
I was gonna say, if she didn't say anything, Seamus would be like, no. If I gotta deal with this, you do too here. we suffer together. We're family.
We suffer together.
He goes, yeah. I suppose I could take you guys to the cave and you guys could go from there. I can't help you.
Oh, figured as much.
Before that, can we get an answer to again, TV show? What?
Yes, I use my magic to watch you like you guys were a TV show.
Oh.
I must say, Seamus, your most recent confession was heart moving.
Yeah.
All three of you just excuse me.
Freaking Faye.
You got something you want to tell us, Seamus?
So about that cave. so about the mission, about that cave you were talking about. Yeah. And he just starts grumbling to himself. Creepy freaking.
It's at this point the Fairy King kind of looks at you, Zane, and just gives you this knowing look of like, he's an idiot. I know.
I get that look all the time back at. Fuck.
Seamus, your cousin steps in front of you and he goes, I owe you an apology, cousin.
I'm sorry. I don't think my brain registered that. What?
I owe you an apology for the actions of my brother.
Noted. Thank you? Come to think of it, I haven't heard from him since he threatened to kill me and my friends. That was a while ago, actually. Hold on, wait.
He's probably up to no good.
Would you happen to know what that dark, shadowy, dragon-looking thing he brought with him was? He had this weird silhouette and...
Aye, that was the wyvern Hindraxis.
The wyvern Hindrat one now?
The wyvern Hydraxis. A powerful creature. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. Well, I got nothing else.
The Fairy King kind of turns to you. So, which of you is the leader?
At the moment? Her. Points
At
at
the
Joe.
moment, it's me.
I point at Joe.
I'd like
Like
to
with
think
the
we
nod.
all make a group collective, but you know, yeah.
Well, welcome to the realm of Tir na Nog, centered in the heart of Ireland.
Well, for as long as we're going to be here, it is an honor for 3/4 of us.
Shame is just kind of like gives an audible like grunt to that. Like,
Well, the Eye of Tirnanog was created as a contingency plan for the Mystic Knights. A sort of over armor in the event that the world was ending. If Ninjor is sending you here to retrieve it, it's safe to assume that the world is in grave, grave danger. And that you are the only ones who can stop it.
I don't know about that last part, but the first part is, yes,
That
definitely
first part
very,
is a
very accurate.
very
Yeah,
big understatement.
Yes,
yeah,
the first part's very accurate, of course, yes.
the last part, there are many more of us.
Well,
Many might be kind of stretching it, but yeah, there's quite a few of us, I'd say.
it is
Besides
Ninjor's to
yearly ranger
give, and
standards.
he wants you to have it. You'll need to prove yourselves worthy of it. In the cave, you'll go through some trials. Retrieve it, and you'll be able to access it for your entire team.
Can I ask a question? And at this point, Seamus becomes like very like stoic in his facial expression. Did me dad ever have to go through any trials similar to this?
He went for the trial of the armor, like your cousin did. But never this one.
And but he succeeded that trial, right?
Yes, when he was young. Your father was a very different man when he took the armor as to when he lost it.
He lost it. What do you mean by he lost it?
I do not believe now is the time to explain that.
You're right. And he kind of like tilts his gaze over at his mom, like, we'll catch up after this.
She just
We
nods. She just kind of nods at you.
We have quite a bit to discuss, I believe.
Aye.
Yeah.
You have a
Starts,
world
you
to.
know,
You have a city to save first, from what I understand. We'll discuss it
sure
after.
do. Agreed. And as he starts like following along where they need to go, whatever, as he passes by, he'll just like place a hand on his cousin's shoulder and then keep moving.
Your cousin and the Fairy King take the lead. Fairy King matches stride with you, Zane. I sense you are troubled, child. Care to share?
Sharing is not my strong suit. But seeing as you are a king, and you've been watching us apparently, which reminds me, I probably should look out some ancient ninja spells to stop scrying or something. I don't know. But yeah, sometimes I wonder, am I even the right color at this point?
Ah. I could see where your doubt comes from. What I will tell you is that in many ways, you're your own worst enemy and you get in your own way a lot, which I know you've heard before. And I knew another red warrior who did much the same years ago, but he also became one of the greatest knights of all time. You'll find your own boy. Of that I believe. You just need to have faith in yourself.
It's easy to have faith in yourself, but it's harder when others don't have faith in you.
Well, starting with yourself is the right place. Others can be earned. But it's hard to earn trust in yourself and faith in yourself. That's something you have to have before others can have faith in you.
I mean, how much have you been watching us, by the way?
He just gives you a mischievous smile. Enough to
He's a
see
fairy.
that you and your cousin have some troubles of your own.
He's the Fairy King. What do you expect? Mischievousness in their nature.
Faye.
Huh. Note to self. Reinforce the anti-scrying rules in my apartments.
Help you, bud.
He giggles and he goes, I don't know all the details, but I know that you and your cousin have certain problems and that members of your family are involved. But I also know that you are not the only ones with problems. Your team is very drama-laden. Certainly makes for an entertaining way to pass the time.
Of course it does.
That recent drama with the body switching was rather entertaining.
Oh, don't. I died. I
Technically, you didn't
Casual
die.
symptoms.
Technically you didn't, but technically you did. You know, it's a whole thing.
A version of you was already dead.
Omae wa moshinderu.
Nani?
Nani the fuck? The cave comes into view. He says, at the far end of the cavern, at the far end of the cave, you will find the eye of Tirnanog. You must each go in one at a time, and you will be faced with different trials. Once you reach the other end, and all four of you are together, only then can you retrieve the eye.
ladies first.
Dibs
I
on
ain't
going
scared of
last.
nothing.
At this point, Seamus, like while they're all lined up in a row, he'll just step backwards and be like, "I'll hold the line."
Seamus, thank you for volunteering.
You know what? You're not leader anymore, and even if you were, I'd tell you no. Listen, I need a moment. I need some time to hype myself up. All right.
While you're getting all excited, I'm ready to go for anything. Just Reggie doing like stretches, does like a few squats.
Reggie enters the
Joe
cave.
immediately.
Who's go?
Oh,
What's
go.
what's the order that everybody's going to go in?
I'll go
Gonna-
last.
I'll go third.
Sick.
Really
So
is.
I guess
It-
I
so
go
it really-
first.
So it
Hey.
really
Reggie
is ladies
the
first.
so.
All right, so we'll do this individually. We'll do Reggie, Joe, Zane, Seamus.
Oh, this really is ladies first. Crazy.
This really is.
Reggie, you enter the cavern and it's dark. At first, as you begin to walk through the cavern, a light kind of appears at what it looks like at the end of the tunnel, and you walk in, and you see yourself in a scene that brings back painful memories. You see your first match in the tournaments that you participated in when you were younger. You see yourself get beaten, and you see her look, you see yourself look for your dad, and he's not there because he was in the hospital after having been shot. One of the few times he was injured on the job. And all you see is your mother crying and kind of running to you. And this time now, you're the little girl. And she's screaming something incoherent about your father and how him getting shot was somehow your fault. I need you. What is your willpower?
Oh boy. 14. Oh no.
You break down in tears. This feels real. Your mom is yelling at you. It's your fault your dad got shot. You don't know why. You don't know how. But it was your fault. In your mom's eyes in that moment, it was your fault. Your mom seems to grow as the room around you begins to stretch. You feel like you're shrinking.
I'm sorry.
Roll me
I-
Roll me a survival check. Do keep in mind that you do have story points.
Sick. I'm probably going to need it because I'm rolling this at a snag. Ugh. 11.
Did you roll that at a snag, or did you want to spend the story point?
I think I want to spend that story point.
Okay. Roll it. You can give yourself a shift up, or you can give yourself edge, which would just put you at a flat roll.
I guess I need to give myself edge here, I think. So a flat roll, an extra D2 won't help me much, but not having disadvantage would. Worse!
Your mind begins to. You start to struggle. Give me an alertness check.
Okay. I have specialization in insight. I don't know if that helps. Does it?
Yes, that would help in this situation.
Sick. What are my dice doing today?
I don't know. Not helping you.
Reggie's crying, freaking out.
You're beginning to freak out. At your mind is starting to shut down. And you hear in the back of your mind, you hear your dad yelling at your mom, saying, "How could you tell that to her? How could you say that to her? Of course it's not her fault." The memory begins to form slightly. Roll survival again with an upshift.
Let's go.
So that'll give you a D2.
Yeah, perfect. That's all I
No.
need.
No snag. 13?
13.
13 is enough. You
Whew.
kind of break out of it and you look and you see that this is not your mom. Everything about her is wrong. The clothes are wrong. She would never dress this way. The eye colors are wrong. The eye color is wrong. Just looks like her, but it's not her. The event was all too real. But you remember your dad sticking up for you. And you remember the ensuing fight that happened after. As the scene shifts to the fight where your parents almost break up over that incident. Your dad jumping to your defense and your mom saying that the only reason why he's a cop is to impress you. As you sit on the balcony overlooking, you see yourself sitting there as you're kind of standing almost above yourself. You see the younger version of you starting to cry. And you remember what happens next. Give me another survival with an upshift. Actually, this would be an alertness. No upshift.
Alertness.
Just a straight alertness.
Okay. Same specialization?
No specialization. This is
Ooh,
you can't
okay.
insight yourself.
Understandable. Oh no.
You remember that this is the time that you jumped off the balcony. Trying to get them to stop fighting. As you see yourself begin to climb the balcony, and she stands there. Roll again.
$13 again.
You reach out and you just pull her off the balcony, and the scene completely breaks as the room opens up and you see a light following it. and you hear a voice. Well done for making a different choice. You've gained. You. That was something that you had always kind of regretted because it really made your parents feel guilty towards you for a long period of time. And then you, over a period of time, you felt guilty to them because you put them through so much worry that day. Because that particular time, you almost died. You had, if you'd have been another foot off, you would have landed on a chair and probably broken your neck.
Reggie, after hearing the voice congratulate her, I suppose, she's there and she's like starting to like calm down, though the tears are kind of still streamed on her face, and says, "Never again. Not this time. I can't I can't be I can't go back to that. I can't be blaming myself, and I can't put them through that again. Not my parents, not my team."
Excellent. Go through the door. You walk through the door and you see in the wall above it a crystal about the size of a fist embedded in the wall. And in your pocket, you see a yellow gem. You find a yellow gem and a recess set there. Yeah.
Looks like the solution's obvious here, and I'll try and stick my gem into the recess. Probably with a bit more force than intended.
As you look over, you see 3 more gems. 3 more recesses. As you kind of sit and lean against the wall, the scene shifts to Joe entering. Joe, you walk through the car. You come into this scene. And the scene that you encounter is the day your dad left. You see your brother in the corner crying. And you're fighting with him. As is your mom. The two of you have sort of ganged up on him. He kind of cowers from the two of you a little bit. Your dad was not a great man, but he never once raised his hands to you. The same could not be said of your mother. Your mom grabs a frying pan and begins to throw it at him. And that is where I need you to make your first survival roll.
Was your mom's name Chi-Chi by any chance?
Oh no.
Oh, it ain't good, but it ain't like a snag.
19. Good roll.
Nice.
As you as you kind of go to sit there, you see your body kind of absorbs into the version of you that is yelling at your father. You see your mom begin to whip this across, and you grab her arm. And she starts yelling at you.
Oh,
And she says, "You would interfere?" And this is actually something that you didn't do that day. You saw it, but you didn't stop it because you were afraid maybe she'd hit you. Or worse, your brother.
Joe says, yes, I would interfere, Mom.
The scene changes to another time. And you this is a time when your mom was in the hospital after your dad had left. And you and your brother are fighting. He begins to blame you. And this is a fight that you had actually had. He says it's your fault dad left. If you hadn't been so defiant, if you and mom hadn't been so mean, he might still be here. Give me another survival roll.
All right, let's get this second roll going.
You got this.
You the original memory has you tearing your brother down in that moment, making him feel this big. One of the nastiest fights you two ever had. You did eventually apologize, but not fast enough because you and your brother didn't speak for a year after that. You just, at this point, in this choice, you pick your brother up and just say you're sorry. And you hear in the back of your mind, you've made different choices. Are these choices you would make now?
Joe says, it's kind of introspective for a moment as he says, yes. The first time, the first one, I was crippled by fear, too afraid my mama would hit me instead of just our dad. And instead of sticking up for him, I kind of just latched on to what she was doing that day. And in the hospital, I remember tearing my brother down, saying it was his fault that our dad left because in the back of my mind, I thought it was mine and I was lashing out.
I have one more choice for you. And this one may be the most important. As the scene shifts to you and Zane. Zane is asking you to lead the team. What choice does Joe make in this moment?
In this moment, she says no. And she's more firm about it than when they originally had this talk. And she says, Billy made you leader because he felt that you were the one that needed to lead this team. And you ain't gonna feel sorry for yourself anymore because I ain't gonna let you feel sorry for yourself. So you sit down, you stand up, you grow a pair, and you do what I know you can do.
The scene fades away, and a light on the far side of the cavern appears. As you walk through the doorway, you see Reggie kind of sitting there, leaning up against the wall. And you feel something heavy in your pocket. You reach in and you pull out a jade crystal. And you see a yellow crystal and a white one, and a almost crystal clear one on the wall. And you see several depressions.
Now, this seems easy enough. She will place the green one where it belongs, but all neatly.
I'm gonna guess you saw visions, horrible visions and nightmares too, huh?
Oh, you could say that.
Well, let's hope we've both gotten stronger for him and wait for the rest.
Yeah, hopefully they will. Hopefully they can overcome their trials too.
Zane, it's your turn. As you enter the cavern, the darkness kind of wraps around you. You enter the center of the cavern and you see yourself. You see Sensei Hunter. And you are sparring against another kid. You are absorbed into the past version of yourself, and electricity begins to form around your body. And I need you to make your first survival roll. You in the original memory, you had zapped this kid. And Sensei Hunter had tried to stop you. In fact, in the scene, you can see Sensei Hunter start to start to rush you. Because in that moment, you were cold, calculating, and ready to defeat your enemy. But in this version of the memory, you show mercy and zap the ground next to him. A smile echoes on Sensei Hunter's face as the next scene unfolds. You're arguing with your younger sister, or with your sister. She's accusing you of stealing money from her, of being Grandpa's favorite. How dare you take any money from Grandpa? And this fight happened at his funeral. Make your second survival roll. Oof.
That is rough, buddy.
The original version of the memory plays out.
That's a fucking yikes.
You and your sister have just the nastiest argument. And it's ultimately the one that broke your guys' relationship. Each accusing the other of stealing. As the scene shifts, it's finally a scene that's pretty recent. You've just asked Joe to lead the team. And in this version of the memory, telling you no. Man up. You were the one chosen, not her. How does Zane react? Do we have a Zane?
Zane, your mic might not be doing the thing.
Do we have it? Do we have any audio?
Oh my goodness, I was talking this whole time.
no.
We're all sitting here like, what's going on?
It's been lost to the ether.
Damn it. Can't be mythical without technical difficulties.
Hey, and it's not me
Ah,
this
yeah.
time.
All right, everybody, rewind.
So like I said, the
I
memory,
say,
you've it turns out differently, and she's basically telling you to man up.
Whip it like a man.
Like you were the one chosen.
at this time, I'm thinking back to what the original memory was.
In the original memory, you pressed the issue. You abdicated the lead because you, in that moment, truly believed that your team didn't believe in you and that you were unworthy. At least that's how you felt in that moment.
Visitor.
It was a happy fucking cat, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she is. She loves just perching on me. She is a cuddle bug.
And this time, It was like hearing the words I needed to hear at that time. But he thinks back, in a sense, to their first battle at the airport. All the signs. To the second battle at the pier with the bomb and everything like that.
Sorry, let me adjust my audio because I think you can hear her purring.
Couldn't hear it. No.
Oh, just meet yourself.
There we go. I fixed it. Hey, my cat is happy. Leave her alone, man.
I'm having flashback to Jutsu. At the second battle, where we're at the pier, we always wanted to continue the fight. I ordered a retreat after the cycle venture out. The third time, our third interaction, or our third battle. Post. Oh, was it the fourth battle? The third battle was at the park. The fourth battle was at the cliffs.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth battle, where all three of them agreed with Koji, ultimately almost led to our entire team's death.
Delightful memories.
It wasn't that bad.
It was super bad.
No, we got folded.
Nah. I don't know what you guys are remembering. I was fine.
Seamus, I need you to rein it in. Zane's trying to talk.
And I'm remembering the Well of Souls incident when Koji and Seamus both got corrupted. And was when the things needed to be done. Every decision I've made, everything I did. But then it comes down to my decision, like after the Well of Souls incident, to start learning the healing techniques. And then using it after getting captured and freeing myself and Reggie. And then using that technique to free Seamus.
Your body begins to glow red as a sense of confidence that you have never had in yourself begins to build.
I start to realize something.
And what is it?
And then it goes, I know why I'm red. I may not be the Red Ranger that they want, but I am the Red Ranger that they need.
Your body begins to emanate red sparks all over as the scene around you fades away. As your body begins to disseminate, you see a light at the end of the tunnel. You walk out and you see Reggie and Joe kind of sitting up against the wall. Reggie, Joe, for you guys, it's been about Reggie, for you, it's been nearly half an hour. For Joe, for you, it's been about 15 minutes. Each of you are only being allowed in at the cave one at a time. You You feel something heavy in your pocket, Zane, and you pull it out, and there is a crimson gem, almost a crimson ruby. About this crimson ruby in your hand,
I hold on to it
and
and I look around.
as you look up against the wall, you see a crystal at the far end of the wall, and a thin line, 4 thin lines, 2 depressions. 2 of the depressions are filled with gems. One yellow, one green.
How's it going, you two?
Well, it sure was something in that cave.
Give me a perception check, Joe. Reggie.
All right.
Oh,
I guess that's just alertness for me.
Yeah. And if you have insight, you can use that.
Oh,
Joe is very distracted. Reggie,
What
I'd
kind
give you edge on this because this is about your
Yeah.
cousin.
fair enough. Cool. Alertness. Edge.
16.
Oh, that's loud.
Zane seems different than when he entered the cave. More confident, more sure of himself. Even his stride is different. Why did Seamus turn his camera off?
Oh.
No idea
That's
what there. That was weird.
Why do the thing?
That was I don't know. I don't know. Listen,
Discord be
listen,
Discord.
listen, there's always some scuff, all right? We've already established this. It always happens once a stream at least.
Your cousin seems more confident of himself as he walks to the wall and places the gem, as the two of you had done.
Reggie smiles and says, "Looks like you figured something out, huh?"
Yeah. And I also realized something. Joe,
yeah. What's up?
in one of the few times Zane is smiling, give me my job back.
Joe just kind of nods because she, based off of her vision, she knows. So she's like, well, I was wondering when you come take it back.
You remember that leadership card I gave you a while back? Yeah, I want it back.
Uno reverse.
Uno reverse the leadership card.
Yes, yes. And
As
kind of weird. I kind of missed the paperwork.
as each of you kind of, all 3 of you kind of smile at each other, and you look expectantly. The 3 of you, the camera shifts. You 3 of you look expectantly at the opening as the camera shifts. This time,
Yep.
Seamus, you are entered in.
Oh, we're gonna have a fun time here, aren't we?
You enter in to the cave, and you see a vision of a memory that God you would have rather forgotten. You and your cousin, the one who's got a lot of problems, are fighting. You're bullying him almost mercilessly to the point where his brother is trying to get you off of him. Make your first survival roll.
Oh, jeez. So just to clarify, the one that has a lot of problems. This is the one that threatened me earlier.
This is the one that
right?
wants to kill you. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Just wanted to make that clear. Oh no! Crap.
You continue to pummel him, and then you, as your cousin tries to rip it off, you punch through. You punch him, and the scene changes. The second scene unfolds. It's from an earlier time. The last time you ever saw Mara. The two of you are arguing. You're wanting her to come and meet your parents and just come over and hang out. Which you always have to visit her. She never visits you.
Oh, this is visiting Mara when I was young before the split. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. Oh, fuck.
Yep. And she's trying to explain that she can't. She can't leave. It's not that she doesn't want to. It's just that she can't. I need you to make your second survival roll. You do get an upshift on this one.
Alrighty. Let's see. Survival. Upshift. Send it. Are you kidding me?
Seamus, you failing this shit.
It literally, the funniest thing is though, is it like skips off of like a high roll. Like the first time it went to 17, then
know.
skipped, and then it went to 20, and then skipped. Like what the fuck?
Yo, these dice are cursed.
My god. Oh, that's what's going on here. Koji isn't here, so somebody else is gonna pick up the slack. Of course, it's me.
You yell at her that this was a time that you said that you hated her. And it was one of the last things you ever said to her.
Yeah, she
Before
most
you
definitely would've-
met years later. And I mean, you're just a brat of like 10 years old at this time.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a hot-headed moment. Finally, the scene changes. You're on the beach. Koji's standing next to you. Zane is looking dumbfounded as Koji is ripping him a new one. Make your survival roll. Keep in mind, you got some story points. You might want to use some here.
I'm gonna spend one. Yeah, I'm gonna give myself an edge this time. Yeah, nah. Oh dear Lord, please, please. Do
You still
not
get the
let me do-
the upshift. It is one upshift
Okay.
still.
Please, for the love of Christ, do not let me pull a Koji 3 times in a row. Oh, sweet, thank God. Ah.
You remember that Koji and you both went really hard on Zane that day. And a part of you does regret it because it nearly, this incident, in a way, had fractured your team. In a way, was the catalyst for everything that followed after.
At that moment, all Seamus can really think to himself is like,
What choice
I-
does Seamus do different in this moment?
he would word his choice of words differently. He would have been less berating and more just trying to understand why things had gotten to the way they are. He would have been more understanding. He would have been more level-headed. He would have tried to mend the issues between Koji and Zane, and he would have been more open. He would have been more trying to get, because in his mind he he is the heart of the team. He thinks back to when they all first became a team. He thinks back to his words of, if anybody needs to talk, if anybody needs an ear to listen or a shoulder to cry on, that he would be there. And he realized that in that moment he didn't follow through on that. He let his team down on that regard in that moment. And if he could take it all back, he would.
Do you feel regret?
Yes. If I could take it all back, I would. I would have done things differently. I would have been the teammate that they need. No, not just the teammate they needed, the teammate they deserved. And right now, I don't feel like I'm either of those things.
A final
Just
scene plays. You're surrounded by a hellscape.
oh no.
Your father's helmet has just been knocked off to reveal it. As you have just laid him out, basically, as he begins to fade. One thing you regret not saying in that moment was how you really felt. You hear the words, your father is proud of you. And in that moment, you had just said, thanks, Dad, basically. But you never told him how you really felt. Does Seamus make a different choice?
He does. If he had the opportunity to go back, he would have, if he had been given the choice, given the time, he would have told his dad. I hated you so much. Everything you put me through, I hated you for it, but in the end, I loved you. You made me who I am today. You were the one, even through everything you put me through. As I grew older, I realized you only wanted me to grow up strong, to be a proud, strong man who could stand up for what he believes in. He may have not always been the best of fathers, but you were mine, and I wouldn't change that for anything.
The scene ends with your father, as he's beginning to fade away, placing both of his hands on your shoulders and just pulling you into a hug.
And he would return the embrace and just see tears just flow streaming down his face.
And in this moment, for the first time ever, Seamus feels as though you're getting that sense of a sense of closure with your dad. You didn't even get that towards the end. Yeah, he said he was proud of you, but you didn't get to say what you wanted.
He didn't have the chance, he didn't have the time.
Nope. And again, you hear that phrase, I'm proud of you, son. And I love you. As the scene fades away and you see a light towards the end of the cavern. As
You
you
too, Dad.
as you walk to the cavern, as you kind of pass the threshold, you feel something heavy hit your pocket. As you pull it out, a chunk of obsidian is in your hand, and you see on the far wall 3 gems sitting above each of your teammates. And you see a 4th.
He would walk over and
1 sec. I need each of the 3 of you to give me an alertness check. Zane, yes, you may use a specialization in insight, as Seamus has exited.
Some delightful rolls going on here.
Oof.
wow.
What is this?
Damn, Seamus ain't getting no recognition tonight. I see.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
I mean, we got that one story point.
Hold on a
And
second.
have the
Story
I
point.
could have swore you had.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
didn't
like-
all? I was guys, didn't we crit? Somebody crit on one. Yeah, Joe did a crit on something, didn't she?
Yeah, like that very first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it roll.
No, there's 3 left.
Alright, so yeah, if somebody wants to flip that, go for it. I ain't saying no
No,
issue with it.
wait, remember I used one for the first survival roll? You just couldn't hear
Yeah,
me.
there was.
That's why I rolled
You
normal.
started with 4.
Yeah.
Only 1 has been used, or 2 have been used.
Oh.
So that's
You
3.
still 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
You started with 4. You gained 1. That's 5. 2 have been used.
Okay.
Well, if everyone's quoted, I can reroll with my decent insight.
Yes, please. I need to put points in that.
Why do you think I put mine at a D4?
Nice.
Hey, there we go.
Reggie, the air about Seamus is different. He's usually hot-headed, wild. This is a calm Seamus. Someone who looks at peace with the decision they made. As he walks over and places the gem in the last one.
Nice.
Lights
Look at-
emanate from the
Ooh.
gems into the crystal above. It swirls an energy. You hear, as you look up, you see a dragon descending. Lasts. As you look on the back of the dragon, you see a armored knight, face covered. The gold and red armor knight sits down. His sword blazes in fire as he blasts the gem. It comes loose from the wall, and it's about the size. It's actually about the size of a basketball. It splits into 6 pieces, 2 of which disappear. 1 slaps Seamus in the chest, entering his body. Another does the same to Reggie. Then Joe. And finally, Zane.
That was a thing that just happened.
I know, like
Your
making sure
your
everything's
cousin's
good.
your cousin's voice comes from the night. You have now gained access to the Mystic Knight mode. The power of the Eye of Tir na Nog is at the Mythic Order's command. The other two will have their own trials before they can wield their power. But each of you can.
Quick question: is this the dragon? Is this Pyre or?
Oh, yeah. This is definitely Pyre. You've
Okay.
never actually seen Pyre, though.
Okay, all right.
You've
But
read about him, but you've never
Yeah.
actually seen him.
in the back of Seamus's mind, he still remembers how he was supposed to inherit the power. In this moment, he would like kind of walk closer and kind of look up at the dragon and be like, you know, I never thought I'd get to meet you like this. But you know what? I think we were both destined to have other partners.
A low growl echoes through the room as he kneels, as his head comes down, and he just kind of gives you a small boop.
He places his hand on the nose and just kind of like is like petting it.
Almost a
Nice.
purr-like sound kind of fills the room. Well, Rangers, Seamus, don't you have things you need to do? People you need to protect?
You're damn right we do.
Which reminds me. I pull up my phone. Is there signal in here? Because I gotta make a phone call. We gotta get.
Nope.
We
There
gotta
is
get Coach
absolutely
info.
no signal.
Oh damn.
Quick! Wait! Quick! Take a picture of me petting the dragon. This is. I just realized this is so cool. Hold on.
You
Okay,
better not
okay.
post that anywhere.
Okay. Everyone else get in the picture as well.
Your
I'll
team
fix the picture.
selfie.
All right.
Team
Don't worry.
selfie, let's go.
You free
Also-
there. I'll be there in the flash.
also, Seamus would kind of like mumble to the dragon, like, you know, nothing.
Your
says
cousin,
you can't be friends."
Seamus's cousin, comes over and I'll take the picture. Go with your teammates.
Oh, that makes it so much simpler. Ninja vanish right behind them.
The four of you line up as Pyre's kind of in. He stands up and kind of up against the wall, and he gets a good picture of the four of you.
Ah,
You're sitting with a giant ass dragon.
At this,
Pretty
after the
much
pictures-
only Pyre's head is like it's basically like you could kind of see it above it, and
Yeah.
it's pretty much like a good 2 feet above like even Seamus's head, and Seamus is the
Mhm.
tallest of the group.
Oh yeah.
so I guess we could say we're the only team in the squadron that can beat dragons.
That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick.
After the photo is taken,
I'm
Seamus just
surprised
kinda
nobody's
looks-
going to be like, I'm surprised nobody has said, Roscoe's going to be so jealous.
Oh, he's gonna be.
No, right?
Oh, he's gonna be.
He
You know,
has 2 dragons.
he looks over at Joe and he's like, you know, no offense to you, but I feel like Roscoe's gonna be green with envy at this point.
Well, you already saw his reaction when I told him I met the Space Rangers.
Yeah.
Oh God, wait, what do you think
Yeah.
Poji's gonna think?
Oh, Koji gonna be so mad.
We have to
Just
get
throw a
Koji out of
tantrum.
jail. What
Oh,
are we
true.
doing?
Oh, we need to get him out of jail.
Oh, I know a good lawyer.
Also, after the picture was taken, Seamus did look up at Pat and he's like, you know, I think you and Mara could be great friends, honestly. I think we could all be good friends. What do you think there, Big Boop?
Wait,
Your cousin, the armor kind of disintegrates off of him, and he goes, glad to see you've grown. And he kind of walks over to you, clasps arms with you, and he goes, do me a favor. Kick my little brother's ass.
Oh. Oh, don't worry. I was planning on doing that even before you asked. But you know what? I'll do it a special. I'll give one good hit in there for you, just for you.
Sounds good.
I guess you could say I had a bit of
If you go back out the way you came, you'll
Mm.
be able to get He'll be able to send the Fairy King will be able to send you home.
All right.
Also,
Tell,
remind me to get you guys some anti-scrying runes in your apartments.
I'm gonna tell it right there now, though, laddie. I don't think that's quite going to work. He is the Fairy
Nope.
King for a reason.
You're right.
Mischief is kind of that thing, lad.
He goes, your cousin goes, talk to the Mystic Force. They might have a way to do it. He's never been able to see any of things that they've done.
Got it. Got it.
Mum's the word, though.
As the
Wow.
four of you kind of exit the cave, the Fairy King goes, I see it went well.
You could say that.
Well,
Um,
as much as we'd love to stand here, and Seamus, I don't know if you want to get reacquainted a little bit more, if you want to stay behind for a little bit, like 5 minutes to get reacquainted a little bit or something. But we have a teammate to get out of jail and lawyer up.
I mean,
go-
I've never been quite the one for all that legal jargon stuff.
Your mother goes, go help your teammate. You have a cell phone. Just call me.
So,
I'll do you one better. Once we're finished with our business, me and Mara will come visit.
I'd like that. But
And at this, and as
you
she
have
says
friends
that,
who are in trouble.
aye. And
Yeah, I
at that
just
point,
realized
he'll.
Bazoras could see what we see. Oh, that's
That's
good
true.
conversation.
And right as we're getting ready to turn towards the portal, Seamus will quickly like turn back around, like come up to his mom, and just like pull her into a big ol' hug and just say, "I'll see you soon, Mom."
She wraps her arms around you and she goes, good. I'll be glad to see you. As you kind of pull away, she goes, and call me.
Yes, yes, I know, I will.
As the four of you walk through the portal and into Cranston Technologies offices, confusing Trini and Billy as you see Trini, Billy, and Adam all look up at you and just, what the hell? If you, each of you kind of pull, Zane, as you go to pull out your phone to make your phone call, you realize it's been 3 days.
Oh,
And that is where we will end tonight's episode. Thank you for joining us for Power Rangers Mythic Order. Tune in next week as we start episode 12-2. What exactly is this new Ranger power capable of? What threat awaits them after their time away? And will Koji be okay? And what the fuck is Roscoe doing? Find out next time on Power Rangers Mythic Order. Get your same Ranger channel, same Ranger time.